So sometimes it's fair to give fair warning that this carving just might not turn out. Like every carving just might not turn out. There is an eagle. I tried to Google soaring eagle head. That's what I came up with. I didn't spend too much time searching it. There's a side profile view of an eagle's head. So here's another carving. Credit to due to Brownson Artwork. Their Rex there. He's a master wood carver. He did some carvings like this with an eagle head on driftwood. I did one before. It wasn't even a fire chicken. I think it was more of a parrot thing. But this, I'm going to try it again with this one. This is a piece of driftwood I found on the beach a couple weeks ago. I showed it on video, I think, when I found it. I have no type of wood, no idea what type of wood it is. It's 2'7" across. It's we got just carved rod tape measure here. It's like I'd say about a foot tall there. Sometimes you don't know what type of wood you're carving when you get it when it's all gray and weathered like this. You know, I know this is probably a root piece. I call it a root skin. It's super thin. But you see the pimples on there? That's maybe a little indicator. It's I don't know, maple. Don't know. Got some warts there. I just thought, like I'm gonna try and carve an eagle head on it, or a Thunderbird. I think I should probably call a Thunderbird. So that's how thick it is. Now, that's how thick it is there. Now, lots of this wood back here is punky, and punky means rotten. Let's see how far we can stick the screwdriver in there. Right? So that's pretty soft. The shell is hard though, so we don't really have any depth to carve here. This is going to be basically like a painting. Maybe we can don't know how nice this wood is. I haven't even touched it. I haven't even scraped it to see the color of it. By doing that, I think it's probably just a pretty plain white wood, but you don't know till you cut into it. You see? So now what you want to do is, and this, like I said, this might be a completely useless video. I'm just making this video just to make a video. That's what this video is, to say hello to everybody. But I'll tell you right now, looking at that eagle head. Now let me get my last fire chicken thing. What's it called? Let me get my last carving I did and compare it to this eagle head. All right, so here it is with I put a couple coats of that clear coat on it. I don't know if you guys saw it. Let me adjust my mic. So now let's compare the two. Well, I wish they were aimed the same way. One thing that I do know how to correct my eagle heads is if you look on I gotta grease my chair, it's squeaking. If you look at this, look how close the lip is to the eye. So there's your lip, center of the eye right there. So I tried that. That's pretty close. It goes a little bit farther, don't care. Okay. So that being said, and the bottom of the chin coming off the beak, the bottom of the bottom lip beak thing here, mine just goes. So you do go like this, and you'd have a thing in there. It's a lot easier to look and see than it is to do. But as long as every time that you practice, if you're doing wood spirits or whales or dolphins or mermaids or whatever you want to do, if you have something to look at and you practice something every time, one time it just might work out. So my beaks are always too wide. So if I made that beak, if put it like this, you know, like you only got that much. You only got this much room between the. So this might be boring some of you people, but I'm just showing you how my mind works. You only got that much room between the eye and the lip. We'll call it a beak lip. Mine, this one should be actually about here. Then your chin would come down here. But it's okay. We're going to carve this piece, and if it can look like an eagle, it will look like an eagle. I personally don't think I'm going to cut it too shorter. It's going to look more like this. This is basically like trying to save this piece and make something cool out of it. And we'll see if we can or not. So let's put the camera in the overhead and draw our fire chicken on, Thunderbird. You see how it's good to have a reference picture? Another thing too, so do I want the eagle head? Do I want it like coming down, like the beak there? Or do I want it like this? Because the piece is going to hang on the wall like this, like it's soaring up. Right? We'll leave some of those pimples on there. See what happens with these warts. So it'll be like that. So I think this is better because if you look here, you cut off that little nub there. You kind of already got the eagle shape. See? Anyways, let's put the camera in the overhead and draw on. I'm going to start out with two pens, a red and a black. So the red will be the sketch and the black will be the final. So let's see here. We want this to try it. We want to try and use this whole piece. But anyways, this has to go. This nub has to come off. I'm looking at the eagle's beak sometimes too. Kind of, sort of. Than this. Like we don't want to cut too much of this away. We want to try and use the whole thing. So yeah, this is going to be a lot bigger. Yeah, this is definitely going to look like a fire chicken. And if it will even look like anything. There. So it's the whole piece. Let me draw it on with the black over those lines and stand by. Well, I got a hot scribbling mess on here, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but so here's the beak. Now, I gotta do. I just don't know. This is going to be a tricky one because it's so thin and it's all punky in there. Like, I don't know if the only good piece of this wood is on the outside. All we can do is try. Like I said, this video might bore some of you, but what I'm going to do is, this is a wall tile cutter bit. They come in sets like this of 10 on Amazon. They're cheap. I'm going to cut on the outside here and shape this beak. Got to turn the Dremel up. I'm having a hard time seeing these lines today. Smells like dog piss wood found on the beach where dogs piss. Well, that's all right. It's pretty solid, actually. Well, I think it's pretty solid. This piece is so big, it's hard to get into the camera. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See how the beak just flew off there? You know how I say carve deeper on lots of my videos? I'll keep this piece around in case carve deeper. So I'm going to carve up deeper inside here. But I'm going to keep this piece in case I want to glue it on, but it's not really what I'm going for. So I'm just going to carve deeper. Carve deeper into the carving. Okay, so I'm going to get this done, shaping it. You can see there, already got the head in, and carve deeper. Gurdeep says, carve deep. Okay, so I do believe this is cottonwood. That's why it feels so soft. It's tight grain anyways, well, kind of tight. We might get some different colors in this wood once we sand it and put the clear finish on it. You can see where my thumb is there. So there's the kind of shape that my beak's already a lot smaller than they usually are. You can see this beak on the real eagle, how it's kind of rounded. I like mine more kind of square. I think they just look a bit more aggressive. I left this tip, the beak tip, thicker, but later, when I'm almost done the carving, I'm going to come along and, yeah, there we go. I'm going to come along and make a point there. So now it's time to start carving. I cut that line to separate the beak from the face. I'm going to cut in the eye. I'm going to cut the, I want to push this beak back a little bit to make the face just, like I said, I definitely do not want to cut through this wood. If I do cut through it, I'm still going to try and save it. I can make it look like an old, rotten, decaying eagle carving or Thunderbird carving. So I'm going to round everything off. I'm going to carve this line, make this part raise up, so I'll carve deeper here and slowly shape it. I don't know if I need to, I guess, yeah, we'll use the Kutzall Extreme Flame Bar just to do that and stand by. This is hard to film carving because it's such a large piece. Should be his bottom lip. I'm going to switch over to the Kutzall. This was the Extreme. I'm going to switch over to the Kutzall Silver. Does anybody want to get these Kutzall burrs? They're in the description below. Kutzall site. Now, I'm always running my Dremel full speed. I'm running a Dremel 4000. This is the Dremel flex shaft. I'm hooked up to a foot pedal, so you got both hands. It's an on-off foot pedal. Just buy a cheap one off Amazon. On, off. You don't have to keep on turning your Dremel on and off. The foot pedal is a game changer. Now this is something. This ain't kind of working for me. I don't like how round this beak is here. Anyways. Okay, I just stopped for a second here and I kept on saying something is not right with this piece. Something's not right with this piece. This is not going to look like this. I'll tell you that much right now. Got to be careful because, so I got, pretend, so like this would be your eagle's eyebrow right here. So now look how much higher that beak is than your eyebrow. Some people say they should line up. I don't care. My eagles have gotten better since I have made the beak higher than the eye. So we need to do this. Put the eye down here. That's what we need to do. I need to do. Give it a good hook. Sorry. Don't pay attention to this line. So that's better. Slowly getting there. Yep. So I'd be lying to you if I was saying I wasn't struggling with this piece. Now, I ask myself, why am I struggling? I'm struggling because I'm trying to get better. You can, in my opinion, for myself, I cannot get better without defeat. But I'm going to try my best to make more like this. Even though his head is rounder than I got that one, that's okay. I'm focusing on the beak here. Now, this is my normal big beak. Once I cut that down, make a point, there's my normal big beak. But I'm talking about big this way. Now, this beak is not that thick. So his eye's there. This beak needs to be more like that. Then his neck. Where does his neck? So his eye's there. His neck comes down there. Now, I might have already made a mistake because, well, his bottom lip comes in there. I shouldn't have cut this beak in because maybe that's too long. I think that's okay. So his neck will roll off here. And if you look here, there's his wing. I could even incorporate this stuff. This would be like Ben taught me this. It would be like a cheekbone. It's kind of pushed back a little bit too far. But if you look there, the wing, I could even incorporate one of my wings in there. Just about having fun. So this should be, I don't have much more depth, but this should really be up here. Then this should be up here. Anyways, I'm going to carve this beak thinner this time. You know, I think it was Steve Kanzoris said to me, it's better to have a big beak than a small beak. But I don't care if I screw this up. This is me sitting here learning, and if you guys can learn from what I'm saying, awesome. If not, then sorry I'm wasting your time. So I've done what I tried to do to make it a thinner beak. Now, you can't see here. I did do this this, it's like this one's not like, this eagle is like, it's soaring. This, or, but it's going to be aimed up that way. This one's kind of, it could be soaring. I don't know. But I did do the bottom neck thing a lot bigger. I just didn't like the way it looked. Didn't look as sleek. But you can see there, there's the neck. There's the lip. Matches the eye. It's still, look how close this is. Look how far away apart this is. So what about if I could? No, I'm not. Look, if I cut that in shorter, no, that's fine for me. It's the beak's long. At the end of this carving, we can take some more down here, maybe. No, see how that looks so thin? Hate it. Bring it down like that. I'm not even a fan of that. Just my own style. So I moved this cheekbone closer. I should have moved this back. This would kind of resemble this right there. So this should actually be back closer too, but I don't have much more depth. I can feel it's starting to get punky right here, that color. And I don't think there's going to be any spectacular colors in this wood. No. Let's see that beak. It's even, I don't know. It's even maybe a little bit too thin than that beak. So, like I've practiced, tried to get better. Sometimes it's just like, move on. Do your own style. So this one has a wing. I like to put wings in mine. So I'm going to do like this. Whoa. Give this guy a silhouette of a wing right here. You can look how close the wing is. There's the wing, how it is to the eye. And then this go up here, and then you can do it feathers, but I kind of just do it like this. Then your cuts in here. This is 100% cottonwood bark. Cottonwood, not bark, but cottonwood. But it's fuzzy. So like, as long as I'm having fun. As long as you're having fun, nothing else should really matter. So now I look at this like it's sleek this way. This wing needs to come down more to make it more sleek. Let's put a red line in there so we don't forget. And this, like, yeah, I'm trying to learn the realism of an eagle, but this part's not realism. It's friggin' art, man. There we go. It's a bit more sleek because we want to leave some of this color so people know that if I'm able to sell it, whoever buys this will know that it was a piece of driftwood. Yeah. So I'm going to cut on the outside of this line. Sorry, everybody, I'm not going to show too much carving because, well, it's just, I don't know, too much talking. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion. Somebody I know told me maybe I shouldn't do so much talking on my videos. Okay, so oh boy. So that's not a soaring eagle. Like, if it was soaring, it would be more like that way or this way. Anyways, I think it's time to take that picture down from the back and just kind of do my thing. I cut these wing feathers in and I cut them crooked here, and then I had to redo them a bit. But I think I'm going to now, and I did do some sanding so you guys can see the grain in the wood. There's one of those warts right there that I carved off. But I'm going to carve. See, I'm not even looking at that beak right now. Like the tip. What looks off to me is here looks like it's a little bit too thick. Like, I wonder if his face, you think his neck would be thinner than when he's stretched out soaring, like with his wings tucked in. You think his neck would be a little bit thinner than his No, that don't work. Then it looks like he's got a big bolt. I think it's fine the way it is if you want to make it like I said, an artist piece. This is just me. This is just me being real, trying to figure shit out. Anyways, I got this aluminum cutting burr on here. I'm going to go along and cut in the little tiny feathers to right about here. Then I'm going to do it cross cuts here. Wish me luck. Yep, I did it again. I carved another fire chicken. Did I learn lots? Nope, not really. Yeah, I learned a lot. Yeah. You know, considering I only had that much wood to work with, basically, I guess it's all right. There's the thing under the thing there. Now I know. Well, I don't really know what I know. I'm just going to keep carving the fire chickens. That's all. I think it's neat. It's neat enough. I did the best I could do on that beak, but I'm keeping in mind, I think maybe if this beak was shorter, okay, this beak was shorter, then I could make it tighter. Like see how we talked about that gap there. The beak was shorter; it would seem longer and make it tighter to the eye. But then I would have had to remove all this wood. So I don't know. I'm just trying new things. That's all. So the black eye there. What's going on with the black eye? Well, this is what's going on with black eye. Might as well. Somebody will probably buy this. I don't know. If I could hang it in the spirit trails, I would, but I'm not allowed to put anything on trees. So I'll get that fit in there. Oops, that's backwards. I'll get this fit in here, glued in, and then I'll put a spray finish on this, see if we get any neat colors of the wood. Fire chicken. Okay, so before I get carried away, I got these hangers. I found the center point a bit back, so this thing will tilt up. Put this hanger on the back. I signed it. Also, since this wood is such soft wood, I put super glue on the back side of the beak. I use this STARBOND glue. I'm an affiliate of theirs. There's a code down below so you can save yourself 10%. But yeah, it comes in thin. This is a thin stuff, but it comes thin, medium, thick. This is killer stuff. And you get lots of it too. So if you go down to the description. So now I got the abalone shell in. It's not the best fit. I don't care really. And I'm going to take it outside and give it a good, probably take 4 coats because this wood's so soft and porous. We'll see. So that's going to be it for this one, everybody. You know, I really tried to break away from my normal style eagle. We all have our own styles. I'm sure lots of you can relate that you want to try and break out of your normal style. I'm going to eventually, the harder that I try and the more that I keep going, I'm going to eventually break out of my style. And they won't look so much like fire chickens. Not that I'm complaining about the fire chicken. The Thunderbird. I don't know if the Thunderbird same thing as. Yeah, it's the same thing as the fire chicken. I love them. I think they're cool. I like the native ones. And like I've said on my other videos, I'm so used to looking at native art. Maybe that's where my influence comes from. But the good thing about this piece is, well, it looks like a eagle. If you want it to look like an eagle, you can see there's a wing back there. It's got shape. It's an aggressive predator bird. It was such a thin piece of wood. I didn't cut through, and I kept going. A couple things that I don't like is I could have made this top part of the head lower, but I didn't have any more room to carve deeper in there. And I should have did it like here and then down here, not so far back. Doesn't matter. It's. I'm trying my best, like I said, to snap out of my style. I'm always going to have my style, but I'm trying my best to try new things because it's not going to do itself. Not going to do itself. So, anyways, everybody, hope you're doing good. When you're watching this video, I'm going to be on Vancouver Island in Port Renfrew, Beachcomber. Yep, I'll be filming. See if we can find any treasures to bring home and carve. Hope you're all doing good. Carving Fusion. Fire Chicken says, signing out. Signing out. Bah! Oh yeah, my microphone's not hooked up. I forgot to say that I put on 2 coats of that Rust-Oleum clear coat, the satin. The satin's done now, so next can I pick up will be the matte. Oh yeah, I put it down here so you can get a better view of it. Next time I'm going to make my beak shorter, not so long. That might help.